Good morning, YouTube. So we had a big storm yesterday. I mean, even the neighbor's yard, you can see this tree is on their shed. They have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees down. So we were on a tornado watch from like 12 to 6. And here's our side. So all these limbs are new. All these fell. Broke our fence. So this sucks. Dang. And then we got what, like a few trees that got knocked out on our property. Dang. So I might have to do like a cleanup for our property. I really wish I had a dump trailer because it'd be easy. But they're expensive too. They're probably what, like, I don't even know. How much is a dump trailer? Like 15,000, 12,000, 10,000, maybe a used one. So I don't know. I'll think about it for next week or a couple weeks from now. But dang. Oh well. In my last video, I got a few comments. I kind of wanted to address them. One comment said he's been in the game for 35 years and he does mowing 3 or 4 days a week. And the other days, he'll schedule like a cleanup or landscaping or mulch jobs or things like that. And he's bringing in $7,500 a week. And that is insane. And that was the whole concept of that last video, is how much money can you make in a lawn care business. Is pretty much lawn care, like mowing, is just like it's just like you're just pretty much getting your toes wet. And it's going to open the doors to so many other jobs. For like, I have a client, if I see this, like, this be like a full day. So I don't even know how much I would charge, but I'd charge a good bit if we're going to be there the full day to like haul it off and take it to the landfill. Mulch jobs, pine straw. And then if you get into like hardscape or retaining walls, things like that, there's definitely money to be made in this industry. And, that person is a living example. $7,500 a week just mowing. That's crazy. That's crazy money. That is a lot of money. But it can be done. And again, I'm just taking off my training wheels off of, where I'm at. So we'll get it. Another one, drop my hat. Let me go get it. Another one was some guy, I guess he hasn't really had like a good experience with lawn care, but it made it seem like, he said that lawn care companies should try to be more discreet or more upfront of how hard lawn care is. And in my last video, I said it, like, it's doable. Like, a lot of people can achieve, making 6 figures, but I said it's not easy when summer comes. So just to put things into perspective, I've had my business for, well, realistically, I started hiring just like last year, and within a year and a few months, so maybe like 15 months, I've gone through 6 employees. Not everyone can do it. A lot of people come in here like, oh yeah, I can do it. But again, when you get to that 9th, 10th yard and it's 90 degrees out, 95, 100 degrees, then you can see like who's going to last and who's not going to last, because, those yards start to add up. Your body starts to get a little bit fatigued. And if you don't have the stamina and the willpower to keep going, this isn't for you. For me, I've always been a little bit athletic. By no means am I fit. If anything, I might be a little bit on the bigger side. But I've always been into like sports. I've always like gone to the gym, throughout, when I was in my teens. Even now I try to do, go on walks, do a little jog. But pretty much because lawn care is so demanding physically demanding, there's really no need for me to go work out, because I know I'm gonna get all my exercise pretty much doing this. And especially when you start off, like, you're not gonna have, like these mowers, these trimmers, these weed eaters. You're gonna have residential tools, and that's how I started, and then slowly reinvest back into your business, which makes it easier, slightly easier, but it's still not easy. It's hard. So I do agree, it's not for everyone. That's why every year there's a lot of lawn care guys that start their business, and then come summer, I get those calls like, oh, I don't know what happened to my guy. He stopped showing up, and I was like, well, how much was he charging you? Oh, $30. I was like, this is $65. You know, if you want to go with me, I'll charge you 65. And they're like, oh, well, my last guy charged me 35. I was like, well, go call him. Where is he? And pretty much he just stopped showing up. He's like, screw this. I'm not going to be dying out there for $35, you know? So just know your worth, price accordingly. But when you start off, you're going to underbid yourself. But it's just a learning process. Just learn from my mistakes. And that's why I try to be as transparent as possible so that you guys can not make the same mistakes that I can. And I've already gotten a few like comments or people have messaged me telling me like, oh, you know, you've motivated me to start my own lawn care. And that's great. That's all I want. There are so many opportunities out here, and I just want all of us to win. I just want all of us to grab a plate and eat good. And again, no experience. So anyways, I got a quote, and then I'll probably stop by Home Depot. I might start my backyard and, you know, make a little pile for all these limbs, but I don't know. I'm sure you guys can tell how windy it is still. So I cannot emphasize Nextdoor. Please get on Nextdoor. If you're trying to get more clients, get on Nextdoor. Make a post, tell your friends to give you a post. I just finished giving the quote. I didn't want to record it because I don't know, I'm still a little weird when it comes to like talking to my clients and they see my, you know, me recording. I'm not comfortable yet. And, you know, I'm sure it has like privacy, you know, I just don't want to deal with the whole thing. But anyways, she got my number off of Nextdoor, and she has about 20 crepe myrtles that she wants me to prune. So normally I charge anywhere from like 80 to 100 depending how big it is. Sometimes a little bit more, up to like 150 if they're like super big for one. But hers were all medium. There were a couple big ones, but I told her because she had so many. I'm sorry, I'm sure it's still windy from this storm, but because she had so many, I told her that, you know, I'd give her a deal, so I would charge her $60 per myrtle, which came out to $1,200. She's like, perfect, when can you start? So super stoked about this job. So at least it's going to fill up, you know, my schedule for next week. And it should take, you know, should be like probably like a full day or maybe like half a day with Jacob. So now I only have one pair of loppers. So now I need to go buy another pair for Jacob and then send her the quote, which she already approved, but I still want her to accept the quote. That way there's no funny business, or, you know, I don't want her to come back and be like, oh, I never approved for this much. So I'll send her a copy of it. She needs to hit approve for me to add her into my schedule. But, you know, there's money out here, and I could have charged her more, you know, but again, you know, I'm happy making those, you know, $1,200. After everything, I'll probably, you know, make like $900, maybe $800, which I'm happy with that. You know, that's what I used to make at my full-time job, working 55 to 60 hours a week, and I'm gonna do that in like 6 to 8 hours. So that, and I'll be able to give Jacob, you know, some hours, and then I'll pay him a little bit more for this job, and that's all included for it. But, you know, be fair, and, you know, those clients will be looking out for you, and they'll be giving you jobs left and right. So I got some loppers. I think these were like $60, maybe 70. And then I got some weed and feed fertilizer for my yard. I'm gonna try to make my yard a little bit better, or my grass a little bit better up front. So I think that one was $60. So it says apply early spring or apply when weeds are actively growing, and I think they're actively growing. So I might do that today, or I might wait a couple weeks. So it says to put it down if there's weeds growing, and you can tell there's definitely a few weeds growing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it while the grass is still wet. Worst case scenario will be a $60 loss and a learning experience. And what's a better way when you actually lose money? Because then you'll know what not to do. So it's a big bag, so I'll probably be able to use it for another job if or my backyard, but if it works, I'll know what to do. And then I'll put a what's it called, like an update, maybe like 2-3 weeks from now, see if it did anything or if it didn't. But my yard in general has like a lot of little patches, so I need to aerate and overseed. But I don't have spending money like that right now to kind of experiment on my yard. But another question I got was he asked me for like QuickBooks if you need to get licensed or if you need like a certificate or something, from what I remember. And you don't. You just sign up, and it's $30 a month. And it's pretty neat because you're able to send invoices and quotes to your clients through text or through email. And I know a lot of people use Yardbook because it's free. I tried using it, but it was a little outdated to me. I just didn't like how it looked, to be honest. And QuickBooks is just super easy to use with your phone, so I'd rather spend $30. It's not a lot either. So I'll put a little what do you call it, like a screenshot of the quote that I just sent out. And pretty much like that way, when they accept it, there's no back and forth like, oh, I thought it was actually going to be this much, and there's no miscommunication for that. But super easy. This thing stopped working. So yeah, super easy to use, and that's something, you know, just convenient for me. But it is $30, and when it comes for like tax season, it just makes it super easy because everything's there. But yep, that's pretty much it. That's all what I got for you guys. So get out there, make that money, you know. And again, if you're starting off, use Nextdoor, door hangers, go knock on some doors. You know, give someone a like a good deal, like a discount. Be like, hey, you know, normally I'll charge like 60, but you know, I'm starting off. You know, if you give me a shout out, I'll do 30. You know, and that's what I was doing when I was first starting off. I would tell my clients like, oh, you know, I can give you like a $15 discount if you make a post on Nextdoor for me. And I would get like 3-4 drops from that. But like always, like, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Peace.